Do you think we should lay it that way or diagonal? What's your opinion?
You should do it everywhere, but done this way.
You want it square that way, not turn diagonal?
And then we could just put this here so that it covers up the rest, and then...
Oh no, I have the rest of the floor.
Yeah.
The whole floor is gonna get covered. All right, it should be done by the time you get home from school.
Okay.
That's gonna come down too.
Why?
Because a whole new wall's going there. This is all gonna be cabinets, and Nana's gonna smash all that out. It's gonna open the kitchen so much more. All bottom cabinets there. And then Nana has a beautiful china hutch that's gonna go on that wall.
I cannot wait until it's done.
I can't either. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel, into part 2 of the floor where it actually goes down and we get to see what it looks like, which I'm super excited about. I am not gonna lie, I woke up so sore from being on my hands and knees all day yesterday. My shoulders, my neck, my back, everything hurt so bad I thought about staying in bed but realized that's not an option. I've got to plug through and get this done. So popped a muscle relaxer. All should be good now, and I'm gonna start the floor. That floor leveler dried completely. It looks so good. I'm gonna try a 220 with my surf prep, and I'm just gonna go around the edges and just make sure it's a nice smooth transition all the way around and there's no sharp lip or anything. A big portion of this will be under cabinetry, so you won't even see it. And then even on the other side, there still could potentially be a rug laid over the flooring when it's done. I've always had one there. I don't think my rug's gonna work anymore. I think it's gonna be a little too busy with the brick flooring, but that doesn't matter. That's off track completely. But yeah, I'm just gonna start with my sander, get these edges smooth. Then once that's done, I'm really gonna have to wash the floor again, this time using a mop. I'm not doing the scrub. Everything's already clean. So yeah, I wanna see this floor down. I want to add that although this leveler is sander friendly to some degree, you can't use a fine sandpaper on it. I found that I had to really go out there and get a 100 grit, and once I got that, it really brought the edge down nice and easy. But it says to start with a very light sanding, and it's easy, and it's actually not. It isn't a whole lot of dust though. I was really happy with that. It didn't get everywhere. I don't have a super big mess in my house because of it. So I'm pretty stoked about that. The sanding is all done. I've got the edges smoothed and transitioned, and as good as it's gonna get for that space. I am not a pro, but I did pretty good. I will say that, pretty proud. Now, when you do this, you're supposed to find the true center of the room. You do that by measuring the length, by the width, divide everything in half, find your middle point, and that's where you're going to start. My middle point of the room is actually hidden underneath the island, so I'm not gonna be so on the line about that. I am gonna find the middle of the room, very easy to do using my light, and I'm gonna find the rough center point. Using a square and a level, I am gonna get my first piece of tile down. This is crucial. This is the step that you have to pay attention to. Take your time on and really make sure that you get that piece in place. If your first piece starts off crooked, it's all gonna go crooked from there in every single direction. So take the time, square up that first piece perfectly, and the rest will follow suit. All right, I am having such anxiety over doing this. It's not even funny. I just literally had to talk myself down from a panic attack because it is so crucial setting these first two pieces. Once they're in, I'll be fine. It's just getting, you know, the first couple of pieces in there straight and properly. And I guess I'm just kind of like the anxiety person, so had to psych myself up. Plus my body had no desire to get back down on this floor again, you know. My body's way older than my mind is. Anywho, one other step I'm adding to this process on my own accord is I am actually going to wipe the floor down in sections as I'm working with a sporyl alcohol. I picked it up at the Dollar Tree. Literally gonna use a microfiber and just wipe it over the areas that I plan to work and put the sections down to. Now, my logic behind it is when you're doing other types of sticky kind of projects or self-adhesive things, they always suggest that you clean things with like alcohol. So, I mean, if it's good enough for that, it's totally good enough for the floor. Not gonna hurt anything, but it's an extra step that I'm adding, and I'm gonna do it as I go along. Even though alcohol evaporates super fast, I'm gonna have a dry rag to just ensure that everything's dry before that tile goes down. So now I am going to start this nerve-wracking process because I can't take this. I've got to get the first couple of pieces down here and get this panic attack sitting on the horizon out of here. So my light that is over my island is basically the center of this room. If you have any doubt, the ceiling's gonna show you what the center of the room is. So that happens to be where the island is, and that is where I'm going to roughly start my piece. You all had such great suggestions for straight or diagonal, but after a lot of thought, I decided for me and for the look I want, and because I'm just too, I think the juxtaposition of a herringbone diagonal floor with a lot of straight lines of my furniture would really bug me. I thought it would look good, but I don't think it will. So I'm gonna go the straight way. Now, sometimes tiles on the back will have an arrow to show you a direction that you have to lay them out in specifically for it to look good. Mine do not, and I plan to just randomly turn them. I don't want the same bricks everywhere. I just kind of want it all over with a random look. So, and the secret to getting this floor down is once my tile's in place, I'm gonna use a big old rolling pin and roll it down on there. That is like the absolute best to make sure that every part, corner to corner of that tile is stuck down. This is the secret to a good bond. Use a, well, besides starting with a very clean surface, is to get this rolling pin. And props to any of you out there who still get on your hands and knees and wash your floor on the regular. Like, props to you. Pfft, too old for that now. Thank you, mops. It is very crucial to make sure that you get these tiles as tight together as possible. I mean, there's a good bond on the back for the adhesive, and you want to kind of, I'll show you, but you want to like butt it up to the other tile and kind of push it at the tile already in place as you lay it down. All right, center, square. You're not gonna see me. I'm just gonna aim you to the floor because I need to stand up and look down and see what I'm looking at, make sure it's straight and level from all different angles. one. All right. Once you get the first 3 tiles in place and you have everything squared and exactly how it's supposed to be, everything else will go down like softened butter, easy peasy. I also want to pay attention to the colors of my bricks. When it comes to laying this out, I don't want 2 grays together. Your square will come in very handy here. I should have played the lottery that night because without any planning whatsoever, my tiles lined up perfectly. What's the odds of that happening? I have spent endless hours on my hands and knees on this kitchen floor, but it's finally done, and I have to say it looks so amazing, better than I thought it would. I love how it warmed the room up. I actually love how it expanded the room, which was something I did not foresee happening. But yet it did. What a transformation. This is really, really pulling my vision together, and it's giving me so much more of the big picture to see. And I'm just so excited to continue on with this kitchen makeover. But one thing at a time, let's focus on this floor. A lot of people ask me why I chose brick. There's a few reasons behind it. One, I really, really like the look of it. If I could put anything in here with an unlimited budget, I would have put real brick in here, and I would have done heated underneath, the feet warm, because stone is cold by nature. My son said, "What did you do that? Why didn't you put a wood floor, Mom?" Well, because I didn't want wood, and 2, everybody's got a wood floor. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, I kind of like to march to my own beat, my own rhythm. I'm not going to say I'm not trendy, because I am, but I kind of tend to not follow household trends because they come and go. I like things that are timeless and classic, and they're going to withstand the test of time and still look great. So that was my decision and reasoning behind the flooring I chose. And before I reveal it to you, let's take a quick peek at what it looked like before. And now after. I cannot believe the transformation that this new flooring gave to my kitchen. What was once outdated from the 80s and yellowed and peeled is now warm and inviting, and it looks like it was always there. I love how all of the hues and tones of this room balance and harmonize together, and everything cohesively goes. The floor picks up a little bit of the blue playing off the cabinets. I couldn't have asked for a better outcome. Stone is usually very cold, but yet I find this room very warm, very inviting. And the first thing Scott said was, "Wow, this looks so much bigger," which I wasn't expecting, but I have to agree with him. The room does look bigger. I think that this was the perfect touch and the perfect solution. What was done on a budget ended up giving me some very high-end looking results, and I couldn't be happier with how the floor came out. What do you think? Do you love it as much as I do? Definitely have to let me know in the comments down below. Do you think I made the right choice? Would you have picked brick or would you have picked something different for your house? I'm pretty happy with my decision. I think it came out phenomenal. I love how paired next to the blue furniture, it kind of pulls a little bit of blue hues into the flooring. And there is no blue in the flooring, yet the eye thinks there is because everything is so cohesive in the design, the look, the colors, the tone. Everything worked out so perfectly and I am stoked. Super stoked, beyond stoked. I love it. Well, that was back-breaking work for myself, so I think I need to take a few days off in the kitchen renovation department. But that's fine with me, because next week I have a DIY that we're gonna do together and you are going to plot. It's gonna be the Pottery Barn Dupe of the Year and you are not gonna wanna miss that. So give this video a thumbs up, consider hitting that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.